first topic tonight is immigration. We drew names to determine the order tonight. So, Mr. Dickson, we begin with you. Republicans and Democrats agree on very little these days, but neither side disagrees with the fact that America's immigration system is broken. Donald Trump says he will move on day one to close the border and expel people in this country illegally. Mr. Dickson, is this the right approach?
Good evening. Thanks for having me. Welcome, Tim. Immigration is indeed a very difficult problem. The president has all the authority that he needs right now to make a substantial impact on the number of people crossing into the border. He just chooses not to do it. We need to operate under the first principle that anybody who comes into the country needs to come into the country legally. Crossing the border is an illegal act, and we need the resources to stop it. If the president says he is doing all that he can to keep people from coming in illegally in the border, and then comes to Congress, I will support additional resources for them, especially resources to make sure that all cases are adjudicated quickly and that people, if their case is denied for asylum, that they are returned quickly to their home countries.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, now to you. By contrast, this crisis has worsened under the Biden administration. There are more than 500 asylum seekers right here in our local communities at this point. How will you work to change the tide on the Hill and help support communities like your own left to shoulder the responsibility?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me here tonight. I'm honored to be here with WIVB for this important conversation. I want to thank my opponent for joining here tonight. And I think right out of the gate, you see a difference. We have a bipartisan bill that's been negotiated by the United States Senate that is waiting action in the House of Representatives. But because of the dysfunction and chaos that is reigning under the control of the Republican leadership that my opponent wants to be a part of, they won't even read the bill before they say it's dead on arrival. The bottom line is there is a solution. It has been made in a bipartisan fashion by the United States Senate. It will secure the border. It will ensure that we are investing in our U.S. Border Patrol at the border that's protecting us. And it will also make sure that those seeking asylum that qualify are acclimated into society and as expeditiously as possible.
Mr. Dickson, because he referenced you, you have 30 seconds to rebut if you so choose.
The president has all the authority that he needs to fix this problem. In addition, our local communities, including in my opponent's district, are suffering. They were promised that they would not have to pay for these immigrants. That promise has not been correct. And even in the latest state budget, there is no money to help our school districts, such as Maryvale, who have significant costs.
Mr. Kennedy, a follow-up. When it comes to the cost of moving migrants across New York State, of course, local districts have come under the gun and have had to shoulder that financial responsibility. Is there anything that Congress could do, if elected, that you would do at the Hill to make them whole?
Yeah, absolutely. Pass the bipartisan negotiated bill from the United States Senate. Secure the borders. Invest into the Border Patrol that's protecting us. Make sure that those that qualify for asylum are able to get reacclimated. Invest into our communities that are helping these asylum seekers get acclimated and get them to work as quickly as possible. This is a nation of immigrants. We need to treat these asylum seekers as such.